Okay, this is what we're doing. We're boiling water. So, look at that color. Okay, so the potato is peeled. Now I'm going to chop it. So this is how I compost. I take all of my little shavings and peels. I put them in a stainless steel bowl. And I put that stainless steel bowl in my freezer and I take it out to yard waste when it's full. That was a farce. This thing, I'm trying to like film myself doing this shit. How can it be fun? How can it be fun? So here's what I'm doing. I'm rough chopping. For fuck's sake. Okay, well, look. Sorry. I'm gonna rough chop these into little cubes and then they're gonna go in my pot of boiling water. It's not that complicated. I'm opening a can of coconut cream. This is an experiment. I haven't done this before, but it seems cool. So coconut cream, what I like about it is it's really, really thick, so it's kind of like frosting. I can't really do cream cheese or cashews, so I like the thickness of coconut cream, and I'm gonna soak it in this jar of pistachios. It's so good. It's like, I think my plan is to blend this in the morning. Frosting for my cinnamon rolls. Anyway, let's find out. There's only one way to find out. Try. I'm setting my oven to 350. So I'm doing this because my friend Angela is coming over tomorrow morning for breakfast. And I had a dream 2 nights ago that told me to make cinnamon rolls and film it. So here I am making cinnamon rolls and filming it. I cook all the time. This is like, my kitchen is kind of my science lab and also my art studio when I'm really transient and I don't necessarily have time to make a painting, although I am painting right now. I just painted this. This is just sort of sitting out on my kitchen table and I paint. I'm right on time. So, cooking is a way of creating something and making something and then letting it nourish your spirit and your body. And then not having to sell it or, you know, find a place for it to live. Anything can be art. Anything. These potatoes have been boiling for a while. Fork tender is what we're looking for. And another thing you need to know about this recipe is that it requires a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps involved, and it's a labor of love. It's not expensive, but it's time consuming, and sometimes that's the best project. Okay, so it's boiled, they're fork tender. What I do, I have Dawson's Creek going. Okay, so I'm taking all of this out, all of my fork tender potatoes. We're gonna let that cool. So I'm gonna put it in the fridge to let it cool off a little bit faster because we're gonna get our hands in there, but if we do that right now, we'd burn our hands. I take like a heaping tablespoon of coconut oil, a heaping, I don't know, cinnamon, pinch of salt, some plugs of maple syrup, and you stir that together. My kitchen's really hot, so this melted nicely, but if it's still really hard because you're in a colder climate, or a colder kitchen, you just nuke it. And then you taste it and you decide if it's delicious. Once you're satisfied, you can set it aside. This is the filler, the filling. Sometimes something is so good and you just, So this is the potato, and we're gonna hand squeeze it. This is a 2-hand situation, but I'm filming. So you just start to, ooh, it's still hot, but you squeeze it with your hands until you make a paste. Experience. Wait till it cools off. Okay, so now that this is really, so I'm just taking some oat flour and just sprinkle some in. I should have used a larger bowl. I would recommend a larger bowl. So just keep adding more in as you need it to. You want the dough to not stick to the hands. Okay, so it's starting to stick to itself. This is our ball. I'm going to roll this out to a flat sheet. So I'm just playing with my food right now. You're supposed to use a rolling pin. I don't have a rolling pin, but I do have apple cider vinegar. Any bottle will do. I had to start over. It happens. So let's try again. I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna make a little sandwich so it doesn't stick. Then we're gonna take our mixture of all that is holy and we're gonna spread it across. So now I'm gonna spin it around. This is so hard to do with one hand. Okay, I'm gonna stop complaining. And then we're going to fold this over. And do another little curl. We're making a cinnamon roll. Big, long cinnamon roll. I have these little latex cups that I love because I can wrap things, I can slice things individually and then put them in the freezer and have a single lady lunch. My rolls, and these are the ends that those will be my experiment tonight. Let's see how this looks. Ooh, so gooey. And it's like a little rosebud. Just gooing everywhere. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm going to flat them down a bit. And then I'm going to bake those in the oven tomorrow. And this one, though, is going to go in tonight. I'll actually do 2 little samples and see how they taste. You got to make sure they're not poison. Bake these for, let's say, 25 minutes. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's see. Ooh, how is this looking? 25 minutes. Yeah, let's pull it out. Let's pull it out. Look, they look like rosebuds. Okay, down the hatch. It's pretty hot. It kind of peels apart. It's so good. Tastes like a potato, as it is. And cinnamon and sugar. Maple syrup. Heavenly and doughy, gooey. Oh, so hot.